Hello and welcome. Luna Q Tarot live once more. So let's take this away and a card for today. Well, for me it's Saturday and it's like high noon. It's noon. So let's see what we get from here. Let's see here. Okay, so the card comes here. Ten of Swords. So it's like the vibe is like there is unfinished business today in here. The cycle is not complete. Uh, Whatever has been going on has not stopped. It's gonna continue still. And well, even though it does not really look pleasant, but it has to end, and then there will be a sunrise or sunset where you can ride into or not. But the vibe for the day is like there is unfinished business. Unfinished business. And there's something that one has been, or the whole world is putting off. So something needs to be solved. Well, there's thousands of things, but somehow like the feeling of that things are not have not come to a conclusion. That would be the stuff with this card. Yes, for the next one, we're gonna ask, what is Jill up to? That's the next question. Let's see. So we're gonna put it just with one card now and see, do we get enough info from that or do we take more? Okay, so Jill is not well, like fun enough, goes with the mood of the day. Jill is not facing at the moment she's not facing the beast side, the animal side, the wild beast in her. So she's hiding from something. She's not dealing with her stuff. So she might be isolated in that sense that she's like she is kind of struggling, but not quite dealing with something that she should be dealing with. Let's see what we get more from here. Okay, I think in this case there's the strength, then there is the Seven of Swords and Temperance. So she's trying to moderate her behavior. She's trying to see. She's not trying to tame the beast, but she is trying to kind of negotiate or be sneaky about something like that she should be dealing with. And she's thinking that if she's kind of like this guy is carrying the swords away, that would be somehow helping in the end. But the stuff is that it's not, basically. It is not helping. So let's see. Basically, so yeah, dealing with the maybe even the shadow of yourself, it's not going to be dealt with diplomacy or being sneaky or more sort of like moderation. You kind of have to face it. Of course, this like a temperance and this kind of, if you mix the stuff, anything can mix if you have the right vessels and the ingredients is, but sort of it's still, I will feel like in this case one would have that maybe this is the attempt to kind of like reason with this. But I think this for me is like I get from this card at the moment that it's just like you just have to face that, take the bull by the horns and look at it, and or the lion or whatever. And this person is not it's kind of gently, I think, closing the mouth. So yeah, maybe there's some small progress, but in general this is the Jill is struggling with herself and with her shadow. So that would be that. And then very important questions, of course, always is like what somebody thinks about someone else. Everything is more or less about human relations, I think. So basically, we take next, what does John think of me? And let's take the current who is asking, and then John, and what is between, and we see what we get from that. And then we get, so it's a bit more complex than just one card this time. So let's see. Okay, this is the person asking. This is John. John. Why do I have to say John? I had a friend named John once, also acquaintance. So this is what is bit. This is who is asking. Okay. Well, I think John has fruitful ideas. Like, I would say that John has kind of like a respectable ideas about you, and but the one who is asking is not really seeing what the other person is doing, and what is in between would be that the heart, the swords pierce the heart, in a sense that the mind betrays the heart. It's also 3, so what John thinks of me. Well, I think that John thinks that there's potential to be together with you, one way or the other, but what is in between, I think eventually you are the one who does not really, you're gonna see John in a different light, like the reality sets in, and then John, one way or the other, is not quite what you thought John would be. And maybe you see John in a different light, more somehow like a with masculine energy, but he has more feminine energy that you consider in some way. And so I think the point exactly after all the rambling comes that John has sympathy towards you. You don't really see how that has come apparent. So then you see John eventually in a different light. So yeah, John has some sympathy for you, but you yourself might not quite see how John actually is. Okay, so basically we ask another question. Which school I should choose, A or B? So we're gonna do the question who is asking the question here, and here the option A, here option B. So let's see which school I should choose, A or B. Okay, so here you are. Here's so 2 paths, like here. And here's the B. So let's see what we can get from here. So you are ready to move. You want to move and you want to go forward with your life, and you're definitely prepared also. So here's A. And here is B. With this, I would say that the A would be the one that would give you more like what you are looking for. That would be like this, that it would might start with something that you don't get somehow the vibes might be from the beginning in A like a little bit weird, and you might feel a little bit strange about it, but basically I think after just a while you understand that you have come to the right place. So we have here the chariot, so you're ready to go, and you can fly to the moon if you want, so you're really pumped up with this. So we have Page of Cups. There's 6 of wands and 9 of coins. And here we have 2 of coins, the magician, and then the queen of wands upside down. So I think you will feel more complete, and I think the right thing to choose would be the school A. That it will be a little bit somehow more tricky, maybe even to get into the school B, and how it's gonna be there also. Like somehow I see like it will, when you ever, if you eventually and when you would get in, it's like magic. It's cool, but somehow from with these cards, I would still get more that the nine of coins would be the maybe that would be, I don't know if you would be going away from your like basic surroundings, so it would be more like you would be going to another city, country even, and you would be more I think this would make you more independent and to get taken to school A, and like that would get you, on my view, more near to your goal. Because I don't like that this is upside down here. For me, that gives you, if it would be this way, then maybe this would be a different question. I like the magician there. Even there is no positive and negative cards, but there is energy and vibes that you get from this. So I would say, with further ado, which school I should choose? On my view, you should choose A. Okay. And then next question. Next question would be, is there any chance to get back with my ex Tom? Okay, let's see what we get from there. Let's see if we can ask. No. Oh, no. Is there any chance to get back with my ex Tom? Okay, this is something. Let's see if we can ask now. But this is like pretty straightforward. I guess we try with one card first and see what it brings. I don't think there's any chance. I would say it's a major arcane, the star. If it would be this way, I said that there would be definitely a lot of chances, or like much like a probability. But if it's upside down, I get the impression like I would just say no. And well, we would make a follow-up question for that. I would say that there is the King of Wands and the Emperor. So the Emperor up would be the stuff. So I think he would be way too stuck with his own ways, and I think that would be something you might want to things that usually things if it's an X, things have not gone exactly how they should have, and that would require something to change. So I think there would be no change. So I don't think he actually would want to either. So I think it would be good for you to think about other options. So I would say no, there is no chance. I was surprisingly firm with my answer. Usually it depends on the cards, but I am not a huge fan of the like yes or no in that sense. And then is Tim going to be in the party this weekend? We can see what we say. Again, this would be a very basic yes or no thing on my view, and one card will give. If it doesn't give enough info, then we maybe take more. Okay, so is Tim going to be in the party this weekend? Here we have it. Let's put it a little bit here. He's planning on going, I would say, and maybe I think he's planning on going, yes, to the party for sure. I think he's going to be there on his own. I would say like it's 90% sure that he is coming. if there is nothing really strange, I think this team will be in the party. Okay. Let's see more then. Okay. What can I do to get that promotion? Well. Let's see. Let's take a sip of water. What can I do to get that promotion? Okay. We'll take past, present, future, and then we take an advice more. So in the past, you've been stuck. Maybe they have passed you with this before, or you somehow couldn't manage. You've been stuck on the pond. Seems like there's a long way to the promotion, and it's guarded by the dogs and everything. So it's like there's been others who've been on your way, sort of, I think. What can I do? What can I do? At the moment, you are having someone from the past, and you are dealing with them, which is related to. So you're dealing with some person who was involved with the promotion, but has been involved earlier. Because I get this impression that you have been like passed with the promotion. So I would say that this wouldn't be the first time you're revisiting someone from the past who had some influence in this. That would be, so we have the moon, Luna there, and then we have 6 of Cups, and then we have the Hierophant there, upside down. So for the future, I say like that it's more about the devil, sort of, for me, that you will have to like put some animal instinct to it, and you want to like, you need to want it enough. I think that would be that you maybe would be required to do things that are not so nice. Not that I suggest that you should do anything, but I think you will have to kind of use your elbows, or you have to climb that mountain. You have to be maybe also like getting somehow these people to think that you are essential for this post and this promotion. So that would be in the future, that would be happening, and then we've taken advice from this is like you should act upon it. Like this is not like, I think you might have been more passive last time around, or you maybe it was done before you have to put yourself in there and basically maybe to think that you have maybe you have to use the beast within you, sort of like that. Maybe that has been also the problem, that you couldn't master, the dark side. So you have to draw your energy in this case. If you want this promotion, then another thing, how good is for you and for your life. But if you want it, you will have to kind of like, that might require for you to be like more like a beast, and you have to go for it, like go for the kill, and you cannot be passive and waiting that somebody's. You have to do things for yourself. So be active about it, what you can do, and it means that you might have to be kind of bit like brutal. It's not sort of not taking no for an answer, and putting yourself, that makes sure that you are there, and you make them know that you are definitely the best person for this. So don't be passive. That would be the thing, what I say. And don't worry, and don't think about too much of the past. If they passed you, or you never even found out that you could have gotten this. So now you need to act. Do we have a future with my current boyfriend? Well, okay, that's good to ask, but of course maybe even asking it tells already in itself something. But yeah, sure, we check. This. No. So, do we have a future? We'll take this as a simple yes or no first. Here comes. Do we have a future with the current boyfriend? I would say no. This card is the Page of Swords, and I would have to say, like, that doesn't really look like in whatever way this card would appear for this question as an answer. I would say, like, I wouldn't see that there would be. And if you would give more clarification, that would be like, I think this current relationship, the biggest issue would be this, that it's not based on good foundation. I think, like, it's not based on good foundation. So I would say no. I would be regretting to say that no. I don't think there is future for this because it's not based on right things, and maybe it's. I think it could be that both parties are a little bit too concerned just about their own feelings and not taking in account so much the other. So I would have to say no. I don't see that there would be, or then after getting this moment, then would be some serious reckoning and fixing to do. So one would have to think in this one, like, what would be, is it worth to try to then fix something or whatever? So, but yeah, I would say and remember, this is what the card suggests. I am not suggesting anyone to do against what the doctors say or the lawyers or anything else. This is to make you think and to make your own decisions. So that somebody said, this is entertainment, but the cards are real. Oh well. So basically, yeah, here we go. Next one. Is this a good time to start a business? Let's see what it says here. Again, yes or no. I would say that this is the star. Other way around, I would probably see it more like hopeful. But at the moment, I said that this might not be the best. Exactly right now is not the best time to start the business. It's the right, good time to start business. I would have to say no. Let's see otherwise. I think the point is, like, it has, whatever is the business has not been thought through quite yet. So that could be the reason here. This that you have King of Swords and you have the Knight of Swords. So I think the point would be that you want both. You want both. What you want both. So yeah. So Star, King of Swords, Knight of Swords. So basically, I think you haven't thought this thing through yet, quite. And there is like a danger you would just rush in, like, and not caring, like this one is going with the horse of the death, sort of. Also, like, you just gonna leave casualties around you and you're just gonna push for it, and that might not be like that would, if you would put the business up now, it somehow would go in such way that there wouldn't be really too much care what happens around you. So I would say at the moment, no. I think you should think about it more. That would be the advice. And let's see if there's another still for this. Yeah, don't try to be sneaky, and basically take it calmly. I think probably the idea is actually good, but it's just right now I don't see that this is, because there's a lot of, again, more swords. So somehow I don't see that this is the right time, no, to start. Okay. And then let's take another. This is how it goes. You take one card, then you start taking more cards. Am I on the right career path? So, okay, am I on the right career path? Well, in a sense, that could be also very simple. Yes or no. We'll take it as this. Let's see. No, this one we don't want here. So, okay. So here comes into the inner circle. So we start with one card. Am I on the right career path? I said yes. So you have 6 of Wands. So at least appears at the moment that you are. You are like even I would say like you are appreciated. I would say that you are appreciated. And of course, this kind of fame could be a little bit short-lived, and this is a minor arcane. And it's 6, like, for example, the Lovers is 6, of course. So basically, I would say at the moment, yes, I would say you are. And I think why you are thinking, what I would think is like that you are thinking of this is not because you are not doing well, but maybe you are kind of gained confidence that maybe you could do other things as well. Or maybe you would be doing another career. Maybe you're doing pretty well in this one and you want variety or you want to challenge yourself more. But I would say like, at least at the moment, this is still minor arcane. I said at the moment you are on the right career path. And yes. So why I and John did not work out. We'll take you and John, and what was in the between. So we take you, John, and then in the middle what was in between, and see what we get from there. We take more cards if needed. We put it here. Okay, all right. Here's you. Here's John. John is up to a lot nowadays. This is what is between. So here's you. Okay. Well, the main reason, in a sense, is the Tower. So, very sort of even cliche explanation in this is that your relationship was not based on the right things like mutual trust and understanding and truth. So, I would say that if I would have to say why it didn't work out, I would have to pin this more on John at this point. So there was some maliciousness, and I would even get the vibe that maybe John was not exactly faithful with you, and you were, on the other hand, being pretty passionate about the situation and the person, and this person was more calculative and somehow. I think this person was up to like using you in some way, and you were more like seeing him in a different light, and this didn't meet. And the point is like, I think it fell through more of his shortcomings than yours. Like that didn't work out. I hate to say it this way, but putting very, very simply, it was John's fault why you guys didn't work out. So I think you were more like trying and doing sort of what you could, but he was not really like, he had an alternative motives, and I think I even could get the impression with this that it did not end really well. I don't know if you had a house even together or property and you had to share that, sell it and all that. So and maybe he had like he didn't have like in Finland we have a saying that you don't ei ole puhtaita jauhoja pussista, you don't have clean flour on your bag. That doesn't really make that much sense, maybe in English. Well, kinda. So, but yeah, I think it's basically you did what you could, he didn't, and he had alternative motives. So I think you are well off, and it's more account to John that things didn't work out. Not that it might give much consort, but I like this comfort. What kind of person I normally go for? I will take the person. Let's see what we can get. We'll take one first. Hey, sorry, not yet. Okay. What kind of person I normally go for? Here's the person. Let's put it, the person still there. And let's see what we get from the one card only. That would be. I would like some kind of. I think someone who is kind of charming and diplomatic would be with this, but also could be like you fall from like what they have used in some point in time, like players, which means that they might not be exactly coming to this with all the good intentions in the world. So I think it's like this kind of smooth criminals, not really criminals, the smooth, probably pretty usually like at least seemingly intelligent. I would say like maybe I would think that they could be someone who maybe you would like younger, I think males. So basically, what kind of person I normally go for? Yeah, somebody who's a bit slick and kind of smooth and maybe a little bit slippery, and like have a honey tongue, like that they can talk their way to anywhere, and they might be doing things behind your back, and so I think you are falling for some people you maybe should not fall in love with. Have you ever fallen in love with someone you shouldn't fall in love with these Buzzcocks? I think British band from somewhere back in the day. Not a huge fan, but I've been listening to some of it. I think, yes. So yeah, smooth operators, something like this. Like not so kind of cool, slick, smooth, have way with words and witty. So I think someone who can like play you. So I would be careful. But I think this is what I see. Maybe you disagree, but this is what I see. So, how is my summer vacation looking like to be? Or how is going to be my summer vacation? We take cards for it, and then we see what we can say about the summer vacation. How original. Okay, let's see. Not this one, we don't. We take one main card and 3 cards and down, like to add other aspects, but let's say that first one card is the main aspect of the summer vacation that you are going to be having. Okay, here it comes. And then 3 cards on the down, but the main aspect is here. Well, I would say that you are going to be moving around. I don't see that it would be a vacation that would be like so like that you would stay just still and like lie down on a beach and not do anything. I don't know. I would say I would think that you can even like you might be meeting up with old friends. I think, and somehow there could be some romance in the air, or like some summer business of that side, but that would not be the main theme. I think the main theme is that you would be moving around. I would say that this would be something like you take a van and you travel around. The interval would be used to be the stuff that people moved here, island hopping in Greece. So, but anyway, I would see that this would look like that you wouldn't be static, that you would be moving around, even visiting some, reliving something that you have done before, going maybe the same place at least also. maybe you don't have that many choices in this matter in the end, but I think you have some peaks where you can go, but you will be moving around. I think that's the case. Not also only so new stuff. I don't know why I get this is a crazy thing, but for me, I would think that if you're in Europe, you would be visiting the Vatican. This is what I would think. Don't ask me why. This, well, basically, it's kind of due to everything. But I think, yeah, not static, like a thing to move around with. Maybe it's a campervan thing. Maybe it's like island hopping would be in Greece. But this kind of thing that you are not just going to be somewhere and then you're there for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and not do really anything but lie on the beach. Even though that can be, but this is what I would see. And I would even throw an advice there. It's like, take care if you're going with someone that you are like try to be bonded, because it looks like don't concentrate only on the things you see, but concentrate to each other as well. So there would be a chance to bond with the person. And if you want to find a person, pay attention, not just looking at the sights and sightseeing, but look at the people if you are interested in finding a mate of sorts. Fair enough. Then next, the sip of water. Okay. Then we take. Can I trust Ben? Well, let's see what the card suggests. We take simple yes or no for this. So one card first, and let's see what happens. No, this we will not. We're not ready yet. Now, yes, there's one card that keeps coming up when I'm checking, kind of like if I can ask. Have my own rituals for this. Can I trust Ben? Here's the card. Here we put it, see it, what happens. Yes, I think you can trust Ben, but there is going to be, with this, you have to set limits. This is what I see. That maybe he's a charismatic person or whatever, sneaky, however, there could be some confrontation, not quite warlike, but something. So, yes, I think you can trust him, but you have to, you have to set up, draw limits with him. But yeah, I think you can trust him if you keep that in mind, that he might go over you if you don't take care of your own side. Okay, and then next question, how would cooperation, or is cooperation with Ben a good idea? Well, that already was actually funny enough kind of there in the first one that you have to draw lines, but let's see what it says about the cooperation. We take this one card. Is it a good idea to have cooperation with Ben? I think it could work. Yeah, but like I said, I would think that he might want to lead in this, and he might be a bit jumpy, and maybe that's the reason why you would have to keep limits. So yes, you can trust him, I think, and you can. Is it a good idea? If you have others, they could be even better ideas. But I think you would have to be in the lead with this. If you cooperate, when you have to be telling him what to do, and maybe in that way, I think he would be trustworthy, but you need to keep him in check. So maybe someone else would be a better idea, but if you don't have options much, then it's possible, but it requires some effort. So it's not going to be just smooth sailing. So it will have issues, but I think in principle the trust would be there, that he's not gonna steal from you, or like that he's not gonna betray you. You just have to more like look after the things are done. Why do I feel so restless? Would be next. Let's see. Not with that, we don't. Okay, for this we take 3 cards. Past, present, future. Okay, we have the moon, the lovers. Well, why do I feel restless? I think there has been something that has, like, that you have felt a little bit stuck, or maybe where you are in your relation, in your head, in a sense that maybe there has been some, like, I don't know, mental issues, but I would say, like, anyway, you have had the feeling of being stuck, and you didn't know, you felt like anywhere to go, you couldn't have much place to go, and all that. So at the moment you're having a choice. So basically that would mean that we put the cards a little bit more down. So maybe you was earlier you were doubtful about the relation you are in, or you're even in your own, but at the moment you are in a, I would say you are in a better place. So you're considering your options, and that makes you restless, that you have to decide what you're going to do, that you have been stuck before, whatever in your life, and now it's time to choose. But you need to choose well, so you don't end up losing something that you appreciate, sort of like, mm, for nothing. So I would, mm, yeah, we have the moon, the lovers, and the 5 of coins. Well, the loss anyway, maybe it's like the loss that could be there. For example, financially, it's not a big deal in the end, or some material loss in your situation that you are looking at. So I think the key thing would be to make the decision and then take the consequences. So you are in the process of making the decision now, but you worry a little bit, and there will be some small loss, materialistic, if whatever you choose. Maybe this is the one that you don't want to lose anything, sort of, but if you choose something, you always, you know, we lose something about it. So you cannot like keep everything you have and just get more all the time, I guess. So I think you're between things deciding, because it seems like neither path at the moment is has some minor things that you don't. But I think you have it in you to come with the uh, you have done the work already here, so that you dwelt on your subconscious and you've been feeling stuck, and now you feel more like restless because you want things to move, you want to decide and to do things. So that's, I think, the case. An advice for you would be to, I would say, if you can, like this would be surprisingly, visit home. I would say that you should, I don't know, your mommy's and daddy's place, if they are still around. But anything that you feel would be like a home for you, like a safe place, or even take a small trip. It doesn't have to be much. Go to somewhere that you feel secure. Maybe that helps you decide. So that would be my advice. So this is why you feel restless, but you're doing better already, I think. Okay, then would be something completely different. What in me needs healing? And you would be here, and then you put here. So you would be here. I think you also, with this, you've been in a situation that you have to set up limits, and maybe it's all not always so nice in such way that you might have to be kind of firm with people. So basically, I think money wise, you like materialistically, you have taken like you're calculating your situation, you're estimating where you are at. Um, so basically, let's put this little bit like better. So maybe you are not at your most creative at the moment, and maybe you feel like your mind and thoughts are not a bit stuck and doesn't really like flow. Uh, and there has been some disappointments, I think, in your emotional stuff. So there is a couple of things already that you have to defend your kind of your territory in many ways. I think almost in and even in here it's like basically it would be like earth, source, earth, air, water, and like fire. So basically, I think you're taking now some sort of a what would need healing. I think mostly what would need healing is like you need to rest, I think, and you need to regain your confidence when with your thoughts and ideas, and your mind is one thing. And I think also like what needs healing is your feeling, how you feel. So your emotion, you need emotionally, you need healing, and mentally. So it seems like maybe the war on everything that's been going on has been uh, taking its toll. So literally, I would say like you need healing, sort of on your soul, if you believe in that kind of thing. Um, and when it comes to fire and creativity and it's like this, you have to keep and think that maybe you also there would do good with the advice of someone, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they are after you if they don't agree. And keep in mind that if you seem to have a battle in the creative front, for example, or with your passion, it's like it's good to be passionate, but you don't have to win every battle to win the war. And this battle, what might be going on, because there's definitely like some kind of defense going on there, is that might not be worth it. So I would say like I think materialistically, you are pretty okay, but then what comes to the matters of heart and your passions and your creativity and your mind and like mental things, not so much that you can touch like coins. That would be the area. So there would be a good time to make some reflection about other things than money and property. And I think even your health is at the moment, you're maybe even looking into that also, and that might be, of course, is always a good idea. So I would put an advice still. I would say that things are not still as bad as you maybe you've been putting these things off, like what is according to your like a mental side of you and your soul and well-being in that sense. You've been maybe putting it off because you're worried, and that creates more worry. So I would say like it's not as bad as you think. You probably, I would say what I see is like there is time to change the path you're on. So you can go how you are going, and that is not leading probably to a nice place. So I would suggest that you should pay attention, and what you need healing is the not material side of yourself. So it's not as bad, I think, as you are imagining. Many things are when you face them. So get yourself some own time, and that would be the thing. Mm. And then we go to something as dramatic in a sense, but with we ask, what does Jim think about me? Let's see, a few more. No. Okay, so let's keep to this, but let's see. What does Jim think about me? Okay. Yes. This is you. This is Jim. This is like, let's see what we can get. I think Jim is kind of estimating you, but I don't know if Jim is like somehow looking. I would say he's looking into more the physical aspects of you. So what Jim is thinking about you is like he's curious of you, I think. And but what he has in mind, I am thinking that maybe you are not in the right spot for what he has in mind. That this is somehow something needs to end. Maybe you're in another relationship, or you haven't gone through certain things what you should have. But let's put this. Now we're getting ahead of ourselves here. So I think in the end, Jim is curious of you. Maybe I think he probably is wondering more sorts of things about you. So basically, but I don't know if you are quite ready for what he would be. But anyway, whatever is the case, I think Jim is anyway estimating you. Maybe there is no romance even in this or anything, but he's estimating you and looking you from your head to toe, and not in a bad way, but just trying to make sense what you are about, and at the moment he could be. He's looking at there's like 7 of coins, and then there's the Empress, and then there's the 10 of wands, and the guy in the center of coins is looking at the 10 of wands. So it's sort of like maybe it's estimating you that can you manage something that is going on. So that could be, or are you up for the task, or are you sort of what you are portraying to be? So yeah, Jim is estimating and wondering about you. He's curious about you. So I think it's kind of could be even kind of neutral. So okay, let's take one more, and then I am out from this one. So we do. What energy is moving me now? So what with what energy I am involved? And we put here just, let's see first this. We put here this hopeful energy. I think the energy of the universe. I think it's like sort of like motivation and higher ideals. Like you have, I would say, like you have got the call from the universe to do something. So I think it's pretty powerful energies that are even divinatory, and like it's some energy that is like, I would say, like is the fundamental energy of all the universe. So I wouldn't say that it's like water or fire or earth or air. I think it's like more powerful in that sense. It's like what energy is motivating is hope, and when you have hope, you have possibility beyond your imagination. So I think you are guided by the energy of hope, and keep your eyes open so you will see what the universe is offering, because there is a lot that could be achieved. So yeah, thanks for this. See you in the future. We'll leave you with the star. So this is the energy was driving. Bye bye.